I got 43 minutes left to go.
You know what?
Checkmate. He had 4.3 seconds left. He's done. I had 4.8.
All right, guys, we're live on YouTube.
Fucking. Got 43 minutes left to go.
Let Steven go.
We lost another one.
We're off to a great start.
Right at the start of the stream is me talking shit about chess. New Michael Brooks tonight just came out. Brody Burtonshaw and Milton Alamati. Come on down.
Bashi. Oh wow, that almost fell.
Sorry, I'm having technical difficulties, Alex.
Wait,
Not good.
we're live. Oh,
Yeah, we're alive.
Oh shit. I thought we were gonna do like an intro and be really dumb.
Yeah, the intro is you walking away from the camera.
Yeah, the intro is you walking away.
Is it real?
Pretty close.
Are you gonna sit the fuck down?
No, I'm having difficulties here.
Got a theme for the episode.
Right, Sasha?
Speaking of difficulties, sounds like the death rate in Italy
I'm just
went
trying
from
to turn
600
on
to 700
the
a
monitor.
day.
You good enough? Am I talking to you? Steven,
Yes, sir.
you good?
No. Show me on display too. Okay. Keep changes. I'm just trying to extend the battery life. There we go. That worked.
You know, one way you could extend the battery life is by getting the shit started.
All right. Well, extend my life, bitch.
What are you drinking?
The one and the only Blatz.
Blatz.
Beer. Union made.
Is it Union Made?
I'm gonna say yes.
Is it made in PBR's facility?
Where is it brewed these days? No, they have a PO box in Milwaukee, so I doubt it's made here anymore. I mean, where would it be made? I don't know where it is.
I think all the major breweries are Union shops.
There's a lot of union made beer in this country.
There's actually a lot of union made beer in general. So, that's what I look for in things.
Union Made. All right. Well, welcome to our stream, everyone, whoever's out there watching. Really quickly, I want to give a shout out to DSA's mutual aid organizing. Have you guys looked at this at all?
No.
No.
IDK, what that is.
All right. Well, if you're a member of the DSA, they should have sent you an email. And basically, they have a DSA COVID-19 bulletin. I'm actually going to share my screen. It looks like this. You guys seen the shit?
Yeah.
It's pretty good. They update it, I think, almost daily, or they come out with a new one, like more than what they have 3 already out, and I think they've been doing it for like a week. But basically, it gives you news on it and like labor things and local community organizing. And if you go to it, I'll link people to it, but there's a mutual aid like sign-up sheet for it, which is important. And you two, if you go to it, I'm going to leave a link in our video description box. There is a link to the Grand Rapids Mutual Aid sign-up sheet and a Milwaukee Mutual Aid sign-up sheet for the DSA. I think all they want is your contact info. Are you guys familiar with mutual aid work at all?
No.
No.
Yeah. Well, it's like a broad leftist term. Like if you Wikipedia it,
Please tell
it'll
me.
bring you the anarchist, socialist, communist, and labor rights forms. So those are the people who use the term. But yeah, no, it's basically just like community organizing, helping, like food shit, infrastructure stuff, that kind of stuff. So I think the idea, at least what DSA is doing now, and they're setting up like local networks. So I'm signed up to the DC DSA list. It's through like a listserv. And yeah, they'll contact you if they basically need able-bodied individuals to help out, like bring groceries to elderly people or workers, like frontline grocery workers and shit. Yeah, it's good. Highly recommend doing it. I mean, I've seen people riding around bikes, giving people sandwiches out of paper bags who are like UPS workers and shit. It's pretty awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. So yeah, I'll send you guys the links so you guys can fucking join. And
Oh,
do
you
it.
can call me in for sure.
Yeah, Steven?
Yeah, I mean, I'm only a member of the DSA, that's all. Might as well help.
Yeah, well, I figure because you know, if we get it, it's not gonna be that big of a big deal. So people are gonna
Some
know.
30-something-year-old doctor died from it yesterday
Fuck.
Right
Where?
in my house, I'm out.
in America.
Done.
What, Steve?
I said that's right in my wheelhouse. I'm out. I'm done.
Oh, 'cause you're 30.
Right, I'm too old.
Old fuck.
Dude, I'm 42 now. I mean, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
It's too fast.
I'm done.
Oh,
I'm tired.
you guys hear about the cool ass Cuban doctors?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, guys.
Sorry.
I said yeah.
Hold on. Sorry, I apologize in advance. I'm working a little bit yet still.
I apologize for nothing. I have no excuse.
Okay. Alex, can you explain to me something I'm curious about? Is Biden dead?
Apparently you guys can't hear me. So.
I think he muted himself.
Yeah.
Anyway, what do you mean is Biden dead? Tell me more of this.
I don't know, man. That's what I've been hearing.
Who's saying such things? It's a strong allegation.
Well, word on the street, Alex has the scoop. So
Alex has the scoop on this?
Alex has the scoop.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
now we lost him. Now he's gone. What's it called? I think the volume, what's it called? The noise, he's not getting the volume through his mic, or his headset, I should say. It's coming through his computer speaker. So I have so much background noise.
Oh. See, it's the same fucking mic he uses on Xbox, right?
Yeah, that's the same one.
Yeah.
My old hand-me-down HyperX.
Well, you usually don't get feedback on that like that.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's using his computer webcam.
Yeah.
Through his headset mic.
Hi, Rob. Roberto Stefan's our #1 fan. He knows Gus's. Dude, he knows Gus's fried chicken.
He knows Gus's?
He knows Gus's.
Give a shout out to my boys at Gus's motherfucking famous ass fried chicken. That is the full name. You can find them in various locations across the United States. The best one is in Memphis, Tennessee.
There's
Get a
multiple
40.
Gus's.
What?
There's multiple Gus's.
Dude, yeah. I mean, you can check it out. They're all there. But yeah, the OG is in Memphis.
Let me turn around. Let me see.
I don't know if it lists them all. I think it just says how good their fucking chicken is.
Yeah, what the fuck? You said that they're all in the what?
I thought they were. Whatever. It doesn't matter. They're everywhere. There's a couple in Texas, whatever Texas.
Yeah.
Like that shit. So you go to Memphis and they have two options for beer. I'm gonna talk about this because I'm on it.
Yeah, fuck it.
There's two options for beer. You get a 12-ounce Budweiser for, I think it's, $3.25, or you can get a 40 of Budweiser for $6. I mean, I don't know why anybody would not buy it in 40-ounce form. This is the superior drinking way.
That is a superior, yeah. Damn. I don't think I've ever been to a place that sells 40s.
But that's what makes it the best. You've
Did you
never
get a
been to
40?
place that sells 40s?
Well, not like a restaurant.
Oh, dude, this is fairly standard practice over in my neck of the woods.
In Milwaukee.
Yes. Dude, the old pizza place across from Truman and John's apartment, RIP, it's now shut down. They sell 40s. There's a sports club downtown Milwaukee, also done, RIP. They also sell 40s.
It seems like the 40s the kiss.
Go anywhere on the north side and you ask for it, you get a 40, but now they're all closed too, RIP. So they'll come back.
Why are they all closed?
Because of the corona, man.
Oh, I thought you meant like they went out of business.
Oh, the very first location I talked about, the pizza place, that actually closed, which sucks. They had really good pizza. Too many people slept on it, unfortunately. But your boy was there drinking 40s.
What was it called? Have I ever been there?
It was called Demoda. You didn't come. It was, I think I've only taken Alex there. And that was the weekend before they closed, actually.
Weird.
Yeah. So what do we do now that we lost our comrade?
I don't know. RP, Alex.
Oh, I noticed you put up the Eastern Cowboys scarf there.
Yeah.
I specifically like that team.
You were. Oh yeah. Why is that, Steve?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. They got a cool bar over in Bristol called the Plough. If you're ever in Bristol, England, go to the Plough.
Dude, I'm in Bristol twice a month, man. That's my shit. I go to all my boys up in the UK. What's up, man? You know who you are.
Yeah. I mean, we got Yvonne. I'm gonna give a shout out to Yvonne and Peter. My boys.
Give a shout out to my Peter, who's cooler than your Peter, who is also in the same town. He lives there.
In Bristol.
Yeah, he's a published dude that does book things. He's a lot like your Peter.
Weird.
I know, it's very strange.
Yeah. Anyways, Eastern Cowboys are pretty tight.
I like him.
And Cowgirls. If you flip it over, it turns into Eastern Cowgirls.
Really?
Yeah.
That's hot.
It's hot. Hey,
There he is.
he's back with a hat.
Is there noise?
Yes, there is.
Yeah. Well, there's volume,
What
but
does
not
that mean?
Oh, good noise. Like we hear your beautiful voice.
Was that an issue?
Now it's good.
Well, welcome back, Alex.
Yeah, Biden's dead. Governor Cuomo is now president. It was a big weekend.
How did this happen? You get the run-up?
Well, I think most of the meme was about him just going MIA after he, it's over. Except if you're a leftist, then very slow as a chance. But I stopped reading fantasy after Game of Thrones ended. But he tried to do Biden. That is, tried to do a I don't know what you would call it, an address on Corona, like scare away the virus. And he was in a controlled setting with a script on his own, no reporters, and he fucked it up. He hit a bump in his speech, could not recover. He was like, then, well, what I actually, and it was so painful to watch. It was really bad, and I don't think anyone's heard from him since.
So he disappeared off
Yesterday.
the face of the earth, though, like that.
So you're saying that he probably stroked out and now he's done.
But yeah, I mean, you Google it right now. CNN's takeaway from that disaster was Biden says Trump should stop talking.
Was this yesterday, Alex?
I believe so.
Is this gonna turn into like an Avril Lavigne thing where she's just got nothing but body doubles and now Biden's got body doubles that replace him? Like a T-1000 Terminator?
There's rumors that Governor Cuomo
Oh
is
my
going to get the
guys,
nomination.
guys. Should I screen share this video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
As Americans, we
Can
may
you
be
guys hear it?
physically apart,
Can
but
you guys hear the volume?
Yeah.
we'll get the volume.
we're truly all in this together, and you know it. Let me say something right up front. When we
Oh,
stood,
do you know when he screws up?
It's a little farther. I don't know. Is that 19 minutes for the video? I didn't know.
Yeah.
That's a long
I don't.
time.
I don't think he talks for another 15. Some of this might be cut. I don't know.
Yeah, he talks
Holy
for.
shit! He talks the
Well-
whole time. We'll go a little ahead. I don't know the exact.
first case of coronavirus on the same day we did. But
He
they had tests
doesn't look good.
and sophisticated tracing program to stop
looks
us.
Neither does Trump. Trump was on TV today. It's not looking healthy.
We had none of that. So we were left with only
There's
one,
nothing.
only extreme social distancing measures currently in place. That's a failure of planning. And
So this
preparation
is like his
on the White
attempt to
House.
be presidential.
Today,
Yeah.
most
Okay.
Americans who need to be tested or still have no access to tests in many parts of the country. And in many places, our healthcare system teeters on the brink of collapse. The president has finally activated the National Guard. Now we need the armed forces and the National Guard to help with hospital capacity, supplies, and logistics.
Can we drop the
We need to
Moab on the
activate
Roni?
the for doctors and nurses to beef up the number of responders.
Just fucking sending the Marines to the hospital, clear them out.
Beat up the virus. Anyone who has it.
And in addition to that, we have to make sure that we are in a position that we are. Well, let me go to the second thing.
Oh no, this
The
is
president
cringe.
must use the Defense Production Act to radically increase the supply of critical goods needed to treat patients and protect our healthcare workers and first responders, including the protective gear like face masks and critical
You see those
equipment.
eyebrows?
He bounced back decently well for Biden.
It means working with all our allies and partners to get supplies from overseas when available.
Hey, 30330, Alex.
Dude, they've kept that the entire time.
That's
It needs
hilarious.
federal coordination on the supply chains to accelerate deliveries in bidding and bickering with his own administration.
That might have been the script. I think having someone who definitely stood out more than
Without
others.
clear guidance. I don't know. Just waiting to see
Hold
who's
on.
going to cut it. What are the conditions, the right priorities for economic response? Our guiding principle on them.
Alex, I was promised.
Student
Complete
debt should
meltdown.
be forgiven for now.
Yeah, I guess it wasn't as bad. I watched it in just a small clip of it.
Student debt should be forgiven
One
for
of the
now.
largest public health emergency and fear in this nation, or to let politics does its part. The American people will do more than their part. Because here's a bless you all and those who are fighting.
Or it could be a different video. I don't know. But
No, that's definitely was the video where he goes, actually, let's talk about something else. Like, clearly,
we
he's
didn't
reading
really
off a
listen to it.
script, though.
I'm
Yeah, we-
disappointed.
Yeah. I mean, he does not look good though. Like he kind of looks sickly.
His eyes are like sunken in.
Yeah.
Like he's
Trump-
a hollow man. Almost.
I watched Trump today, and he was like, obviously, he's had to like talk for multiple days in a row, which he doesn't usually have to do. But he's like raspy, and he's not doing good.
He's still alive.
Yeah. You hear the Klob's husband got Baroni?
Yeah, Claude's husband got Roni.
I heard she's about a week out from going full Super Saiyan.
Why her vibrations are sending frequencies through.
Yeah, dude. She speaks to dolphins.
Oh.
That's amazing.
What the
Oh, yeah.
fuck? Pete
I-
Buttigieg's Twitter. Um, he's obviously trying to say something good here, but he's saying these massive investments, and then parentheses, not sacrificing the elderly, are how to avoid a depression. And I'm imagining him with like a couple other guys from McKinsey, like pros and cons, sacrificing the elderly. All right, give me a pro.
Well, dude, like that's like what Trump's proposal basically is right now, and like fucking Cuomo and I don't know. I think the lieutenant governor of fucking Florida came out today and was like, "Yeah, we need to go back to business as usual in 15 days
Yeah, dude, Trump says we got to open up by Easter.
by Easter." It's just gonna fucking murder millions of people. Like,
Dude, Italy's losing 700 people a day. I can't fathom that. I can't wrap my head around that.
They're up to 700 deaths a day.
Yeah, they thought they were not in the clear, but they had 2 days where it went down to 600, and they were happy about that. And then yesterday it was over 700.
Amazing. Well, if anything new is to go by, it's that the Trump rhetoric is definitely working in my office at least. People have gone from super scared, freaked out, paranoid to, oh, this is just the same thing as the flu. The flu claims
yeah,
40,000 people a year.
they fucking went full fucking circle on it, and like it's really scary. Like that.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, like how did we go from like you need to lock it down? Well, okay, I know how we went to it. This the stock market needed to fucking tank, and then these assholes won't fucking actually like suspend rent or any utility payments. So it's gonna violently force people to get back to work because the choice is like what? Get evicted or go to work, like, and potentially get sick or get your loved one sick. It's fucking disgusting.
No, you're not wrong.
Well, like, really, and it's just like, it's also like preserve some bullshit, some fucking CEOs' fucking profits.
But Joey, this is the American dream. You go to work so you can die in your home instead of dying on the street.
Yeah.
And then you can, watch your family and loved ones die after you infect them. This is the way.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, you, me, and Alex, right? Like, worst case scenario, one of us gets like scarring on our lungs and has to go to the doctor routinely for the rest of our life because we have some bad scarring, right? But that's like the worst case for one of us.
Well, and don't forget the crippling medical debt that comes along with the scarring.
Yeah.
That's true. A
That's
lifelong of doctor visits means
Yeah, lifelong, yeah.
financial
You're
costs.
you have to be a wage slave by design of the system. Like, you're gonna have to keep your job because you have to get health care. But like, that's worst case for us. Like, there's tons of people out there who are just gonna fucking die because you need to go to work, Steven. Like, go to the office now. For what? To print a fucking label?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, that was fun. That's, yeah, good, not depressing conversations. So how are you? You're an essential worker, right, Steve?
Oh, yeah, super, super essential at the discretion of our owners. Because we occasionally print pharmaceutical materials from time to time. This makes us essential to the supply chain.
Wait, do you really?
Around it. Yeah, sort of, God. That's like that's what they're using to keep us in business.
Can you say which brands?
Can I? Actually, no.
Okay.
Then I get sued. No, we don't do the work like directly. Like, I don't do the work directly. We're basically subcontracted out to do it.
That's how everything fucking works nowadays, right? You have your fucking it's a bunch of leeches. Like, it's just like a system of leeches.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, we're involved in that, or we get around it just enough to skirt it, which I get it, from their perspective, because I am pretty close to both owners. So it's kind of like a weird dynamic for me, I guess. Like, in one sense, I understand where they're coming from. This is something they built up and it's their baby and they need it to succeed. But at the same time, I'm also on a very personal level with all my coworkers, which they're all very old. They're all in the risk category except for maybe two to three people, I'd say.
Yeah.
And, you know, and they're all super concerned. Some of them are no longer concerned because all they watch is like Fox News, and they're convinced it's no longer bad. And I'm trying to tell them, oh, it's just begun. We're not even there yet. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, yeah.
it's conflicting. I am frustrated because I still have to go in every day. Even if it's just for like an hour or two, it's still, you know, their thought is the less I'm in the office, the less chance there is to infect people. But it's, you know, I can sneeze. If I'm infected, I can sneeze on anything and then people touch it and it's still there. So it's, you know, the only way to really prevent it is to not be there at all.
Who else is on?
Oh,
They
it's Sean
won't-
Steve.
They won't
And
even.
make sure you're 3 feet away from that monitor there. All right. I hope everybody else is doing the same.
Oh, Mr. and
Hi,
Mrs.
guys.
Alex.
Stephen and Joseph.
We're leaving now.
That's awesome. I love it. Yeah, no, it's fucking.
That was some time.
Well, the weird thing is, like, you could theoretically work from home. Like, I can see maybe a production line worker, but like,
And we're not set up to do it fully yet. Like, I mean, I don't know how to describe it. I still have to physically be there because people either are not comfortable enough to make decisions without me there or get too hands on. I don't want to discuss too much about it because, you know, anybody can watch this, I guess. But, you know, there's just certain times I have to go in. I have to look at certain things to sign off on them because no one else wants to do it. And, or can do it, I guess, or wants to take responsibility for it. If it wasn't for those times, I wouldn't have to go in at all. But that's just how it be.
sounds like my old position. I had to do that just to like literally sometimes carry a piece of paper. Like,
Yeah, I just sign my name, look at something, or
Yeah.
go there and review whatever I need to review. So it is what it is. But at the same time, it's odd, you know.
well,
Odd
don't go
dynamic.
see grandpa anytime soon, all right?
No, I'm not. I told him, I said, stay away, old man.
Stay away, old man.
Well, I don't know. Homeboy he was on one not too long ago about it.
Oh yeah, he's still, you know, I mean, not to talk, love your grandpa, but you know, he's doing all right. I think compared to a lot of people around his age cohort that kind of are ignoring all of this for some fucking reason, seems to be taking it more seriously than others.
Well, I mean, I can tell you, by me at least, I live around a lot of old geriatric folk.
Yeah.
They're not inside. They're not just chilling. They're all out. They're all walking all the time. They don't give a shit about getting close to you or anything like that. It's very strange. It's like,
I mean, going out for a walk is still pretty valuable, not too dangerous, but I hear you. I only know old people actually, and I mean, from what they tell me, it sucks being old, and it sucks when you're old and alone, and when someone suddenly tells you you can't go hang out with the small circle you have, it's pretty combative.
Yeah, I mean, the crazy thing is like that rhetoric is going to be used by sort of the right wing, and I mean that in the Democratic Party and the GOP party, like sort of politics, to be like to send us back to work. Because you already saw it today with like Trump alluding to like suicides, right? Or was it yesterday?
Happened yesterday.
Yeah, and it's like that's a real concern, and like we should worry about that. And, like there should be, hopefully, like this sort of like stream chat could like help with those things, because like that's why we're doing this, is to stay in contact and to stay like in the real world. But like you're gonna see that rhetoric used to like justify basically people going out to like save what is essentially the Dow fucking Jones, and old people dying from it, and it's like
Joel,
it's really fucked.
we live our lives for the Dow.
So we got some chat.
Hang on, I'm gonna mute myself.
Yeah, Spencer says, let's just all get back to work, it'll be fine. It's clearly sarcasm. Do you think companies will just BS their way into saying they're essential or just keep people at work? Well, yes. My brother, who's now on mute because his dog is barking, is literally that company. They make labels for things, and as far as I'm concerned, that's not essential.
Okay, hey, we don't make labels.
Oh, sorry, aren't you mostly advertising? That's like even worse. Like
We're
labels.
mostly advertising, yes. POP displays, sorry, Sasha's going nuts.
Tell him, Sash. Sasha's like, it's mostly labels.
Yeah,
Well,
POP displays, advertising, yeah, that kind of stuff. You know, we do. I can't say any of the companies, so I guess not.
yeah,
Never
no,
mind.
that's not, yeah, you do advertising work.
I don't know. Without advertisers, I wouldn't know how to feel when I drive my car.
Well, I wouldn't know what car to drive. Because, you know, well, yeah.
I mean,
When
how
I
else
need,
do you choose between beers?
Well, who I really need to tell me who to drive is Matthew McConaughey during the McConaissance. He sells me those fucking Lincolns. Like no
He's
one's
still doing it.
Hey,
He's
he
still
makes
doing
the Lincoln look damn sexy. Yeah, he does.
He's-
I watched the conventional television not too long ago. It's still
Hey, he's got one where he goes ice fishing, but he doesn't leave his Lincoln.
I take my Lincoln ice fishing.
It's fucking wild.
it's the most like boomer car commercial you can get because you know
Well, that's-
they
okay,
want
so-
the ultimate convenience when it comes to fucking ice fishing. I'm gonna freeze my tits off, but I'm gonna sit on this genuine Lincoln leather and my heated seats and also cooled seats. I use them at the same time to obtain the perfect temperature.
It's funny because my Venn
You know,
diagram
really?
of people I know is actually one circle of old people who ice fish.
Do they ever take a Lincoln out there?
Nah, they have a giant small fortress that they haul out of their truck. It's like an apartment. It's probably the size of
a
my old apartment.
masturbation station, Alex.
Did your
Yeah.
dog just fart?
What?
Did your dog just fart?
She was whining. Sounded a
Oh.
little farty.
Like a fart.
Like a little whistle.
She's having a meltdown over there. There's nothing outside.
It's not that bad on my end. Like vice versa.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
I don't know. I just see
Spencer
the
says, what should be deemed essential? And I think
Oh,
really
what
only
should be
Pizza
deemed-
Hut.
Pizza Hut for sure. They can shut down Domino's. Burger King, they can have vacation. Don't care. I'm rolling with this one. Arby's shut down. Chipotle only on Thursdays.
I don't know, man. They got like E. coli constantly. Maybe they should shut up.
Qdoba, they can close forever.
Controversial. I like Qdoba.
Chick-fil-A, they can shut down until they get a better moral compass and stop,
I don't mind their moral compass. I like their chicken. Hot take.
Fair enough. That's a very hot take.
Wing group,
Very
guys.
hot.
We're terrible.
I've never considered Popeye's moral compass.
You know what? If we
You know what? None
if
of
we
them have
rewind
fucking
pre-COVID,
right?
the Popeyes chicken sandwich was superior to that of Chick-fil-A. That's a fact of life.
The rollout of that sandwich was a crime against humanity.
Dude, Truman was in that line for like 45 minutes, and you best bet we waited for that shit.
Did you get it? Do they still have them? I've never had one.
Yeah, we
Never
already
had it.
had one. It was
I think they
lukewarm by the time
re-released it.
Actually, our
They,
was made.
they try to bring your own bun campaign when they like you get the chicken, bring your own bun. Genius. That's why they're in the restaurant
Oh.
business.
Wow. I thought you said bud, and I was like, dude, that's so cool. They're like telling people to
Also,
bring weed over to Popeyes. I was like, brilliant.
just
No,
a heads up,
fuck.
I'm about 13 minutes away from death, so if it just
Right,
shuts
you're
off.
13 minutes away from that.
Why don't you
Right.
plug your laptop?
I left my charger at work on my desk because I got into a big rant about COVID-19 with my boss. It was a whole thing,
Trying to tie it in, I see.
but it was fun. We got an over/under bet. I'm saying that the death toll will be over 1 million in the United States by this time next year, and he says it won't even crack 50,000.
He's an idiot.
I love the guy, but that's just where he stands on it.
129 people died today.
Oh, that's a big increase, right?
I think so. I try not to follow the statistics like that too closely.
I mean, like, I think people will see what's going to happen in New York, and hopefully it'll change their attitude. Because I think over the next 2 weeks, New York is going to be worse than like Italy.
Dude, it's gonna turn into something fierce.
It's going to turn into fucking apocalypse. Apocalypse.
I'm a little bit jealous. My fantasies are dashed. I'm stuck here in the Great White North.
Yeah, I don't. But what should be deemed essential?
I went through fast food already.
Groceries,
Grocery
basically
stores,
supply chain.
hospitals.
I hate
Yeah,
to say it, but this might be a little controversial for some people, but Dollar General, I think, should stay open.
right.
Unfortunately.
Grocery stores and hospitals and the supply chains to get them to there. That's about it.
Yeah, pretty much. You need, and then you got to factor in like trucking lines and.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I
Like
heard,
the supply
I
chain.
heard large number of truckers aren't showing up to work, making it hard on those who are.
I do have a family member who works in that sort of field as a, well, he's not a truck driver, but he works
Give him a
close.
shout out, Uncle Kevin. What up?
Uncle Kevin, yeah, he's a operations manager, and
My Uncle Doug, who works in dispatch. Well, I think he just retired, but he was dispatch.
What's
yeah,
up,
they're
Uncle Doug?
fucking terrified. Like like they're disproportionately old too. Those kind of jobs. So like, this is gonna rope back to our mutual aid discussion earlier. Part of it is like being able-bodied, stepping into like utility construction positions, whatever needed, really. Because when people get really, if it hits really bad, like New York will probably, like the New York DSA will probably like be activated like that in some capacity where like there might actually be manual things being done. But yeah, that's part of it too. So yeah, because like they're old. Like truck drivers are, the only young truck driver I know is shout out to Edub Ed. But yeah.
That's right. He's doing the long distance stuff, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, any like job you come in contact, because like service workers are still largely young, and I'm not saying they should be out there because they really shouldn't be, but like, you know, like utility workers and that kind of shit, like they're not young usually, like the skilled trades, you know.
Yeah.
Anywho, how many minutes do you all have, Steve?
That's what I was looking at. 15. I gained 2 minutes somehow.
Follow on to Spencer. Yeah, I guess like utility workers, that's essential too.
Yeah, utility workers, sanitation.
Oh,
I'm going to go as far to say even parks workers. Now that our parks are being used, annoyingly so to my.
No, the parks have to be shut down sometime.
I know Florida shut down their state parks.
Yeah.
Just kidding, by the way. I've gone from 15 to.
Before they shut down their beaches.
Florida could be. Okay, so you know how I said New York's gonna be bad? Florida's gonna be fucking terrible, and they're not gonna do anything about it. So you're probably not gonna get any fucking numbers until like 2 years later.
They are.
Yeah. So speaking of numbers, Michigan has surpassed Ohio in total cases.
Yeah.
And then it also came out that they've done 400 cases in tests in Ohio.
Right. Exactly.
So it's like.
Yeah, Ohio is not testing, even though they're ahead on like lockdowns and rules and stuff, but they're very far behind in testing, just like Wisconsin.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, who the fuck actually knows? Like,
These Republican states,
yeah, Republican states are going to be worse, and like the numbers aren't going to get reported. Just so we're clear here, though, like fuck the Democrats too.
Oh yeah, I don't actually think
They're
the
the same
governor's doing
thing.
much
Everyone's
better.
been over this. We should have a whole episode just on him.
On what?
On just how they're the same thing.
Oh yeah, well, there's a nice book. You know, bring it up.
Bring up that literature, Joseph.
Oh, here we go. It's called State and Revolution by Lenin. Okay, he goes over that extensively.
I don't know, Joey. The media told me this Lenin guy's pretty bad dude. He rolled with some bad boys.
You roll with some bad boys. He slapped, Lenin. He slapped him on the rain barrel and got him rusty.
He remembers. Fun fact: Lennon was also a lifeguard.
No.
Was it? That's a
Oh.
good fun.
I don't think so.
All right, I'm back up to 13 minutes. This is quite a roller coaster ride of emotion for me today.
Sounds like you're gonna have infinite time. You keep
I
talking
like
about
this.
I went down to 9. I'm back up at 13. I'm just want to play
when
talk
you,
about.
when you cut out, that's what we'll run it to.
All right, that works. But yeah, if either one of you can find a webcam, so then I can just use my real computer in the basement, that'd be dope.
Have you Googled webcam?
Yeah, they're all sold out everywhere. I went to the drive-through version of Best Buy, and they told me they're sold out. And I said, "Can you order one?" And he goes, "No, we're literally out of them all forever."
Spencer asks, do you think that there are people with ulterior motives regarding keeping people at work? I'm going to take this one. Yes. Okay. No, because their motives are to make profit. And so, yeah, I mean, it's like any sort of capitalist system where you have a boss who profiteers off of your labor. Like, if how do I put it? Yeah, so basically they're wanting people to return to work to keep the economy running, right? And their motive is to make money. Like, that's it.
Perfect example is GameStop, deeming themselves essential. No one needs to buy a fucking video game. You can literally download them all on any platform.
So
It's
do I think-
amazing they're still in business. Well, they won't be much longer, honestly.
Right, yeah. So do I think they're
Hot
ulterior
stock
motives? No, I think their motives are pretty clear. I think their motives are disgusting, and that's why we need to change how we need a better world as possible.
I think for the sake of GameStop, though, they're not going to spread the virus because even if they're open, no one goes. So
That's true. Me and my brother were talking about this the other day. They're only staying open to people. They have to be like a real estate business like Sears at this point, right?
Yeah, I'm
Something
wondering
like
if they own the land that they're on, kind of like McDonald's.
They got to keep that land theirs until the depression is over. Basically, that'll be caused by this.
hey, Steve, I'm finding webcams on Amazon, $40.
Really?
Yeah,
Somebody
1080p.
that Young Money link, man.
I will. I also found some that are like $700 here for that.
Yeah, that's totally what I want. I want a $700 webcam that's in very high resolution, and everyone can see my individual pores and pockmarks on my face.
See,
Dude,
I'm
I
running
want
at
this.
720p.
There's this thing called a Webaround portable webcam background. And it's a big circular green screen that you strap to the back of your chair. And I might get it.
That's exactly what I want.
Steve, you want to turn it up?
Hold on. What?
I love it. You can get a massive wall-size green screen for $15, or you can get the circle that attaches to your chair for $65.
You know, I've seen those used before. And you know who I've seen them? Oh, Steven's gone.
Down goes Stevie.
You know where I've seen them is this is gonna sound weird because I think my parents are watching. But like, you know how like it's a big industry in East Asian countries, probably mostly Japan, where like there's like fucking like there's stream girls, right? But like they
Tell me more. Unaware of what
so
these are.
they basically like they transform their entire being like via green screen and like face filters, and like no one seems to mind that, like it's like a thing. So that's probably what those are designed for. You should look it up. It's wild.
Oh,
It's really
yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's for camming in general.
like you can
That's exactly what it's for. It's attached to in the picture. It's attached to an office chair. It's
Right,
perfectly to cover like the shoulder width of the
yeah, it transforms you, and it does actually like a fairly good job. Like I don't know if you'd call it CGI or whatever the fuck, but like changing your being.
Oh, wait, Steven's coming back.
Is he calling in?
Oh, yeah, he's connected to audio.
TV boy.
Hey,
Hey, you're on audio.
I died.
You died. R.I.P. dude.
Hold on, stand by real quick.
You're with Biden now.
I am with Biden. Biden's dead as fuck.
Yeah, these webcams aren't very expensive. I don't know anything about them. I don't know why one is $4 more than the other one, or why this one's twice as much as the other ones, but I'd get one if I ever get my tax refund.
You don't need anything special.
I'm just from my limited research as in Googling webcam on Amazon, judging that the standard price is $40.
Hey, Steve-O.
Is it working? Am I
Yeah,
back?
Wait,
Yo,
can you sit in
your
the
lighting
driver's
is
seat of
so
your
much
car?
better with this.
What's up?
Can you sit in the driver's seat of your car and tell us how you really feel?
Yeah. What do I do now? This is weird.
Sit in your driver's seat of your car and tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, we need that white dude YouTuber feel.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name's Steven. I'm just sitting here in my Toyota Camry 1996. About to review this McDonald's Egg McMuffin. Those one of those videos.
Essentially, or just the angry conservative.
I don't know. I don't really know where to sit anymore. This is all awkward because I'm holding my phone.
It's an interesting way Spencer phrased that question, the ulterior motives, because
Yeah.
like if the motive is to stay in business, is it really ulterior? Because like yes, the term essential, a lot of people would assume like, oh, it's needed for society, not needed for business.
I think the way that it was framed by him is probably how most people would view a regular business in our society now. Like they wouldn't see the cost, the human cost to it. Like they never considered that there's a regular human cost to how we structure the workplace, right?
Yeah.
Like their general view is, because we've been taught this, is that like a business is good for society because it creates money, which is, a socialist doesn't necessarily disagree with that, because like even a diehard Marxist would, Jesus Christ, would say that we got the 14-year-old in the chat, would say you know,
Who's the
like
14-year-old?
you.
Me? How am I a 14-year-old? Oh, the background. Here,
Yeah.
I'll switch it.
Ding, ding, ding.
Make America great. Man, it doesn't,
For the first time.
in its history.
Oh,
Here.
that's
Oh,
very
music.
left-wing meme with how many words are in that.
Right? Yo, have you guys seen the memes like Money Printer Go Burr?
Yeah,
For where?
They're good. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna get it up.
history memes has gone wild with it.
Money Printer Go Burr. Oh God! Oh God!
What was that?
Did you guys hear that noise?
Kinda. It's pretty funny.
Oh wow! Oh man, that was. Okay, I think I can turn the music off. Oh wait. Oh, I can control the speed. Oh wow! All right, I gotta share this. This is incredible. Thank you, Reddit. Here we go, guys. See this?
Yeah.
Money Printer Go Burr. All right, we can speed them up. There you go.
Hey, you can see the economy in real time.
Yeah, right.
How it works.
I mean, like, that's basically what they did, right? Especially like, I think this was the unlimited funds for the economy was right here. Or economy, big businesses, basically, corporations. Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, that's the Dow Jones Industrial Complex. Yeah, okay. Anywho. Hey, look at that guy. Dude, sick ball Ticos.
All right.
You just hang up.
I guess so.
Wow, Alex, you got anything else?
Yeah. Yesterday, Trump denounced xenophobic and racist attacks and discrimination against Asian Americans.
Good for him.
He said something to the effect of, these people are great citizens who just happen to be Asian. This was after weeks of him calling it the Chinese flu, the China virus, or the Kung flu. And then suddenly it was like someone told him, like, oh, hey, that's bad. Like, it must have been like Ivanka or somebody. Or like Mitch McConnell's wife who's in his cabinet who's Asian. Like, it's crazy. There's like this like half-hearted like, oh shucks, racism's bad, huh? From like Donald Trump.
Mitch McConnell's wife is my boss.
So, I didn't even think the UN is calling for a ceasefire in Syria because of the coronavirus.
Hey, I'll do another shout out. Shout out to our YPG and YPJ guys and gals and non-binary pals. Keeping it strong against the Turks over there. I mean, hasn't the UN probably been calling for a ceasefire forever?
Yeah, they're trying a new angle, I guess.
I mean, the way Iran and the Arab republics have been handling this, like, I don't know if they're going to take it too seriously.
Iran rejects foreign help as virus death toll nears 2,000. The Ayatollah also repeated a conspiracy theory. I'm not sure which one. In his denial of U.S. help.
I mean, I wouldn't want to take U.S. aid either. We have a history of funneling certain things in that aid, so.
Yeah, the Ayatollah's a fucking crackpot.
Well, I mean, yeah, obviously, but like.
I've been doing a lot of research on the 79 revolution. First Ayatollah, kind of cool, hot take.
Well, it started off as like a leftist revolution, right? Or a movement.
Not really. The leftists at the time were kind of like, this Ayatollah guy is kind of a jackass, but he's got a lot more people than we do, so we're going to attach our movement to his. And then he swiftly executes the leftists, like within the year of taking power.
Rossard shit, huh?
But yeah, as an organizer, not bad.
I mean, in recent history, the right has been far more effective than the left in organizing, haven't they?
Yeah, I didn't know much about the like leading up to the revolution, like in the 60s and 70s. So doing the reading I was doing yesterday was really interesting about.
I mean, there were a few marked. I think I could be completely wrong. This is all me going off of the Wikipedia scan that's coming back to my mind from like 4 months ago. That there was some like Marxist-Leninists.
There were. Yeah, there was a big movement of Marxists. There's a lot of disinformation and probably some actual information that their links to the Soviet Union held them back to a lot. The atheist nature of Marxism also was not a big crowd pleaser.
It's actually that's a pretty good point. Like,
so like you had the history of the U.S. intervention in the coup, which led to any foreign intervention bad, which it is. But so if you're the Communist Party of Iran and people are like, well, those are just Russian stooges. Well, even if you're not American, it's still a bad look because you look like foreign influence. And the Ayatollah was very much grassroots, for lack of a better word.
I find like for the old Soviet sort of system, I find the atheism is hard to like. It's a hard sell nowadays. Like even with atheism on the ground, like on the rise, like if you were like, I'm just imagining like back then, how did they sell like an atheist, like a forced atheist state to people? Like,
Well, you saw like liberation theology kind of adapt in like Latin America and South America to kind of bring in some of those Christian,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah.
Christian ideas into Marxism to make it work.
I'm just thinking back like Russian Revolution days. Like, how did they shake the yoke of the Orthodox Church?
I think a large part of it had to do with how linked the Tsar was to the Orthodox Church. So, I mean, for the peasants, they loved the church even when they hated the Tsar. So I don't know for sure. It's pretty incredible when you like early 20th century, still a very religious world, that they could get by with that. But I mean, my guess, uneducated guess, would be that that linkage and power between the church and the Tsar would have weakened influence from the church with, the Tsar, massacring Russians and waging World War One.
Yeah, it's true. You just got to get a world war going and then murder your own people on top of it.
Do you want to play Xbox later?
Maybe. I think I might get on Tarkov.
Oh, fair.
We'll see what my brother's up to though.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna do a little more reading. Finally, I've almost finished this book.
Is that the brother's one?
Yeah, I'm on the Cuba section. We're just about to fail the Bay of Pigs. I love how it just like the book is very neutral. Its attacks on those in power, and it's just like the whole myth that like JFK somehow was like, whoa, why? What are you doing in Cuba, guys? It just blows that up if people still think that.
Good. Yeah. The more I learned about JFK, the more I realized I'm never sure why I liked him.
Because he's pretty.
And you're also just kind of like forced, like he was killed, so like him.
He's brutally murdered. That it's hard to talk shit about. Take some time to air the dirty laundry of a. And he was only president for a short period of time.
Yep.
Got that big smalls effect.
Now, did he move missiles into Turkey?
Not sure. I think that happened pretty early on, like under Truman, though. I know he made the deal to take them out. But
so I was Cuban Missile Crisis was in response
it
to
was
missiles in Turkey.
Well, I don't know if it's actually a response, but in the negotiation to remove missiles from Cuba, missiles in Turkey were put on the table. What was kind of interesting is JFK was able to negotiate, we'll take them out, but we aren't going to publicly say we're taking them out. Which is kind of like, it's because it is a win on his side. Like, we're not, you're going to take the public like loss of we're retreating our missiles out of our land, and we're going to do that, but we're not going to take the hit. But yeah, dude, it's wild. CIA hiring mafia hitmen to kill Castro, and it sounds to me like the mafia just took the money. Like a good criminal would. Like, oh yeah, we'll be right on there. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, Alex, how insensitive of you of the Italian American culture.
Dude, as long as it's okay to stereotype them, I will. Hopefully Cuomo can change that when he becomes president.
Are you familiar with that whole left meme of making fun of Italians?
Yeah. The guy from it's like Michael Brooks's buddy. He's on the Sit Down podcast. He is Italian American, and he makes fun of. He does the whole Guido kind of stereotype, and he goes, "It's okay though. It's the last group we're allowed to make fun of."
Yeah. Boppity boop.
Yeah, I definitely recommend the book "The Brothers" by Stephen Kinzer. And he's got a lot of good books about American foreign policy and the CIA and State Department. Next one I'll be reading is called Bitter Fruit, which is about the CIA's mission and coup in Guatemala.
Well, while we're shouting out books, I will shout out The People's Republic of Walmart. I think is a very, very relevant book right now.
You finished that?
Oh yeah,
on my list.
A long time ago. Very relevant book right now, I think. Yeah.
Since we're going to become a command style of government.
Well, right, exactly, and it does a good job of going over the failures and, well, I won't get too critical of the book right now, but the failures of previous command economies and the sort of maybe successes they could have had, as well as going over. I think the best aspect of the book is when they review companies like Amazon and Walmart, and they basically say these are command economies because those companies are so scaled up.
I haven't read the book, but I listened to their interviews on a couple different podcasts and was really intrigued by their points on it.
Yeah, I mean, they make a very compelling, I mean, I'm not an economist, but like, they make some extremely good, compelling reasons for why they are, and it makes sense. Like, you scale it up that high, like, market principles aren't going to really apply to you anymore. Like, one of the key points in the book for people who defend sort of quote unquote free market is that like price, like a transaction is like a quote unquote trigger to like to signal up through the supply chain. But like when you scale it to Amazon or Walmart, that's not happening anymore, because like you need to think months in advance to how you're going to stock thousands of stores or warehouses or people, millions really. So yeah, you basically don't even calculate like a transactional price point anymore. Like, that's completely like lost. Yeah, which just makes sense on a very basic level from understanding like. Yeah. Anyways, recommend it.
Yeah, I've wanted to read it. You ever read any Thomas Piketty?
No.
French economist. He has a new book coming out right now.
Did he win like the Nobel Peace Prize or some shit?
He won the Nobel Prize in Economics when we were still in high school.
Oh yeah, not a Peace Prize, yeah. Okay.
But yeah, he wrote Capital in the 21st Century, which was like, unbeknownst to us, was like very influential in a lot of like, at least what I learned in high school and college, especially in sociology and stuff. Big on income inequality. He wrote 1,000 pages on income inequality, but to sum it up in 2 words, it's a lot. But he just wrote a book called Capital and Ideology.
Do you think it's like a capitalist realist take?
I'm not 100% sure. I know in Sunday's Think Tank episode of TMBS, they talk about it a little bit.
Interesting. I'm wondering, what does he mean by his title Capital? Is it, I mean, it's obviously to invoke Marx's Capital, but
Oh yeah, the first one he does like a deep dive into like 300 or 400 years of history of French income, and uses that data to come to the conclusion that income inequality is very bad, which obviously sounds very obvious now, but he was kind of putting statistics to that point and verbalizing it. The newest one, Capital and Ideology, not really. I read an article about it that wasn't a fan of it, so I don't know if that's the best way to summarize it based on that.
very Zizek.
Right? That's what kind of caught my eye was ideology.
Very ideological. Yep.
But yeah, I mean, he writes 1,000-page economics books. So I mean, I gotta find someone to read it because I'm not gonna. As I sit next to my volume 1 of Marx Capital.
Mine's still on my fucking coffee table. I can't read it, man.
It's tough, man. I think at this rate, this summer, if I'm not in class, I think I'm gonna sit down and do. It's not Harvey. Oh my God, that one professor has this whole Capital read along on YouTube.
It's Harvey.
It is Harvey?
Yeah.
Okay. I always get like Mark Fisher and Harvey and one other guy.
Yeah, because I own his companion, his book. Which let me tell you, the beginning is gripping and he makes it a lot more accessible, and then you get like a few hundred pages in, and it's just like, all right.
But yeah, anyone who wants to pretend they've read Capital, should check out David Harvey's Reading Marxist.
I mean, I
Volume
pretend
one.
I've read it all the time.
Oh yeah, but if you want to be even better at it, he's got a whole YouTube. It's only like 2 hours an episode for
I
like
mean, if you,
a dozen episodes.
I mean, if you're whoever's still watching this shit, which we
That's
only have
true.
Are you on the YouTube channel right now?
Yeah, I've only been checking it every 10, 15 minutes for
so-
chat.
We're definitely the only people on here. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, we're the only two viewing it. All right, that's all right.
I mean, I don't really care. All right, I think I'm gonna call it here, Alex.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Or I'll text you about ball.
Yeah, probably be like an hour or two for me, but I'll be on, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll let you know if I get on earlier.
All right. Well, see you guys out there.